Welcome to Old Black Man Talking, a podcast where wisdom meets wit and generations coverage in a blend of laughter and life's lessons. I'm your host, Worldwide Qua, and I'm excited to bring you the dynamic conversations between my father, a man of profound insight and experience, and his son, Destiny Chu. This episode, we're gonna cover a few things that's been happening around the world. First of all, we're gonna start off with George Foreman's death. R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. George Foreman, man. Grilled cheese sandwiches and paninis ain't the same without you.
But yeah, now we're gonna.
I'm not moving on. I'm not letting that go like that. We ain't gonna try to even come off like that. But that's the whole
Sorry.
problem with this world. Yeah, y'all know him. Is the grill dude. Guy was one of the most feared fighters to ever come out. George Foreman. And it was the greatest fight in the world when he did it with who? The greatest of all time. But that man was great for a minute. But he said he was feared like a Sonny Liston, which I know y'all don't know who that is neither. See, Muhammad Ali is the greatest because he never ran from anybody. He fought them all. He fought two guys, people that they actually thought would kill him, which is George Foreman. Look it up. And Sonny Liston. You talk about George Foreman, we get it. The big grill, all this and that. Muhammad Ali beat that man up in Africa, and he disappeared. Out of blue, he comes out of nowhere. You know, just go ahead and cancel me. Fat with a bald head. We're like, what is you doing, George Foreman? The man was 45 years old when he won the heavyweight title again. Again. Y'all gonna remember because we bought the fight, everything. I said this guy gonna kill George Foreman. You know, because George Foreman was basically fighting a bunch of young guys trying to beat him up, and he had a hammer. And he just sit there and take their punches. And when that hammer, if he can catch you with the hammer, bap, they on the ground. I'm like, this dude, that's how hard George Foreman hit. The guy he fought for the heavyweight champion basically beat him up every single round. And he just stood there with his arms up like this. And he caught that one. Bop. And everybody in the world was shook. One heavyweight title and started selling grills. And that's when you little young asses came along. Yeah.
Dad, you like George Foreman grills though?
Yeah, them shits was great. When they first came out, oh, you had a George Foreman grill. That's like a nigga getting the goddamn PS5 before everybody. I got a George Foreman grill. I mean, that's how it was. Right, hell, that's what people wanted to know. Like I said, when he left the game, he was vilified. He didn't care. He didn't care. You know, he was a mean person. He'll tell you. Hell, that's why they made that movie about him too. You can go look that up. George Foreman was a great man because he's a great man because he knew he needed change in his life. He became a good person. You know what I mean? So we all know where he at. You know what I mean? Looking down on us. So, like you said again, salute to George Foreman. Great man. He said changed his life. Although I don't get that naming all his kids, George, girls and all.
But yeah, moving on. We're gonna talk about March Madness. You know, the first few rounds they were crazy. So let's talk about all that.
Who was your biggest who was the biggest surprise win in the first round to you?
The biggest surprise?
Mm-hmm.
It really wasn't none this time. You know, like Super was the only one. Like I said, they hadn't like the biggest upset was the Seton Hall one. No, I mean the St. John's and
yesterday.
But they was just that was based on once again two young niggas I'm talking to right now. I don't know nothing. That was based on two great head coaches. It wasn't even about the players. It was about their history because they coached greatness for years. So that part was cool. And like you said, I had St. John's in my bracket to win that one. Hurt me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to see where I'm at. You know, with them Florida Gators chomping on motherfuckers because UConn. Yeah, that wolf got bit.
Yeah, it was a fight though. It was a good
game.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at everybody's brackets, I bet there's some more crumble because I didn't think. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think they was gonna beat them. I just had a feeling because yep. Whoa! Once again, I'm looking at my bracket. No cappity caps, whatever y'all saying. I'm at an 87.9% with my bracket, and yeah, all you 101 bracket filler outers, I only do 4 facts. So when I do win it, and y'all see it up there, facts, because you know what I'm saying. If you don't know what you're doing, you just don't know what you're doing. So don't sit back and say you're great because you filled out 20 of them. No, just wild guessing. Homie, I go with 4.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. How'd you feel about McNeese beating Clemson? That was probably the biggest
That was my
That was
one.
that was the
That
biggest
one.
one.
Yeah, see, I couldn't think about the McNeese's, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes this guy look at it and say, sometimes I look at certain schools too that like to choke Oklahoma and stuff like that, though, you know. Certain teams you can look at and kind of get that
Come
feel
on,
like
man.
the big light's gonna hit them and they're gonna like choke it up. But see, Florida, I looked at their history, you know. Remember they had that run with Noah and them. Once again, probably too young again. The guy that hated on LeBron James to ever play for the Bulls. Little Noah.
I would choke him.
Yeah, had that little punky little doo-doo up there on the top of his head. But yeah, certain, like I say, just certain teams, whatever, you know, many of these steps like, okay, I'm gonna take you always gotta take a wild one when you're doing these brackets.
Jeremiah Fears that have no
College
help.
basketball. Yeah, y'all did you tell him goodbye? I mean, you know,
Did you tell him goodbye?
Tell him goodbye because he's going to get that NBA money. Y'all gonna give him that NBA money? He probably packing his shit now, ain't he? We talking to you. You the athlete there with OU worldwide.
Well, that man's internet is trash. He frozen. Your internet is really bad.
Yeah.
How?
We was just talking to you. They say that
like everything. Yeah,
I literally heard all y'all. I literally heard everything y'all was saying.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you froze because did you tell him goodbye then? The movie's coming in.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, Jeremiah Fears, he probably gonna move, bro. He's gonna transfer.
He's going to the NBA. He ain't transferring nowhere.
No, he going to NBA because I was talking to somebody like you said. I mean, he must be that nice then because they like he probably gonna go to the NBA.
He didn't have no help during UConn. Nobody else was hitting shots except for him.
UConn a tough team to beat though. I really didn't think OU was. I had UConn over OU anyways. I didn't think they was.
Exactly. No, nobody expected them to win. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they played a good game, you know, you got to tip your hat off. I'm just saying that young kid. I mean, you said he was on the same floor you on, right?
Oh yeah, nah. I haven't seen him though. I haven't seen him at all.
You haven't seen, y'all ain't seen him in a while because once that name got on the map, we started lighting y'all up. I was like, where's Fears? Fears got his own room somewhere, own suite, everything. I bet because they trying to.
Yeah, he probably does. I don't even think he lives at Headington. He just has to have a dorm here.
He had to have a dorm. So yeah,
that's crazy.
Walk by and say, "This is the room he's supposed to be staying in, huh?"
Pretty much.
Dad, you said you have 4 brackets. What teams you got winning them all?
Okay, I got 2 with Florida in it. See, the guru know these things. I got 2 with Florida in it, 1 with Duke.
I got Arizona.
Oh, yeah, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And that looks like I'm at 60% with that Tennessee. I got 2 brackets. Like I said, one is 87 with the Gators winning, and the other one is 80. Man, somebody must have messed up because before it was down like to 50%. You know what I mean? And I got 60 with Tennessee, 35 with Duke. Yeah, I ain't think them punks gonna win it all anyway, though.
You don't like Auburn?
Yep, I like Auburn, but I look at that coach. He was good at Tennessee. Certain coaches, they good everywhere. Most of those snakes, you know, they still what they have is this charisma to coach, and they can do that.
Yeah, them Gators are tough, man. Can't lie. All right, moving on. What about Women's March Madness? If y'all watch it.
Yeah, I watched a little of it. Now because you know what I'm saying. Like I told y'all the last time things on that segment, Juju.
Juju Watkins. That's the only thing I'm watching.
If the WNBA get these girls, somebody get these women in the room and just smack their heads together because they starting to get their heads too big and want these demands. Just keep doing what y'all doing. Let the stars shine. If they shine, stop doing that little. That's winning for you. That catty mess with each other. I don't like that. If she bringing in the money, that means y'all gonna get money too. I don't get when they do this mess. If you put Juju and Catalina, I fucked it up again, didn't I? Caitlin Clark, right? Why that sound like a court name? Like you know when OJ was in OJ said, OJ said Catalina was it. Oh God, I said Catalina again, didn't I?
You sure did.
Yeah, well, Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin. Caitlin Clark and Juju playing against one another. You got it. You got your rival. They can make this so much greater if they just would stop getting in their way with the little catty crap they be doing to each other out there. You know what I mean? Because like you said, I kind of like watching them play though. Like you said,
yeah, you know what they say about women's. They say women's March Madness don't start to the Elite 8 because the blowouts that have been. It's just so
right. No, and that's what I'm trying to say. I picked all the right teams, but then my bracket looks like straight trash. I'm like, but all
who you got? I got South Carolina.
UCLA. I got 2. I did 3 brackets. And all 3 of them got different ones winning. UCLA, USC, and what you call the Gamecocks. I messed up that. Yeah, no, where I messed up at, I should have probably picked UConn. I'm telling you right now, UConn look nasty. I watched it. I watched that last game with that girl Paige and that little freshman that they got.
They dropped like 60 on them or something.
If you ask me now, UConn probably gonna be the surprise team playing either one of them teams we're talking about. I'm telling you, yeah, I watched them now. Like, God damn it, I had to forget. Paige Beckers as a freshman and got hurt all those years. So basically, she a WNBA player playing in college, and she wrong for that. And she giving all these girls the business in there. 5 years her name's been that good since then too, though. So I say she nice.
Dad, did you feel like they messed up the rankings? How they had UCLA over South Carolina? You heard Coach Staley talk about that?
That's all that is motivation.
Yeah, that's why I got them going number one.
All that is motivation. We know South Carolina's that team, but you know what? They can't get got. UCLA is the team because they got them bigs too. They can't get them. So let's stop acting like, oh, we deserve. We get it. Show me when we get there though, because I think Juju and them, I think they can win it all. Like I said, I messed up my brackets because I only did 3. You ask me right now, I think UConn gonna win that whole thing.
That's crazy.
Gamecocks got a lot of bullies.
Yeah.
UConn got a lot of shooters.
They got a lot of black people. I love it.
Yeah, I know. I get. But I'm just saying, sometimes that skill, wink, wink again. Once I said, I go to an AAU games to see my grandson get their behinds whooped by the all-white team, lift their asses up. You ain't playing like a team. You doing that individual. One joke, and I'm talking about making a 3-pointer and everybody cheering while y'all getting blown out by 30. Get together, AAU, especially the little ones.
All right, moving on. We're gonna move on to the NBA. Let's talk about LeBron and Luka's return. How you feel about that, Dad? Because I know you're the Lakers fan here.
LeBron fan.
I'm a Lakers fan, baby. Let's get
that one. LeBron songs. You gotta admit them songs.
They got a whole album that's gonna come out. That's the GOAT.
And hey, I'm all for it. It's funny. It's funny because these people make up these jokes because they love Michael Jordan just as much. So they get their frustration out because Mike can't actually do what they want him to do right now. You know what a Michael Jordan fan does? They pray the guy like, can you just make a duplicate of him? Can we clone him and have him go against LeBron? Because think about it, half of them hate him, and I mean they just, like you said, they come up with this artistic stuff to just call LeBron James fans, that we adore him like we gay or some crap, you know what I mean?
LeBron sexuals.
I'm just saying they make up stuff like that, not realizing you took all this energy to do that. Why? Because LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. It's the same thing. It's the funniest crap in the world when I think about it. I'm like, that's what y'all doing then. If you're a fan of a person, just a fan of a person. He got records. But we know who the GOAT is. GOAT James.
GOAT James.
GOAT James. I don't want to talk about last night. He had to come back. But see, I could tell you about real school. You know what I mean? I called him up last week. When he pulled his groin, the little groin thing, I called him. I said, Brian, stop, yo. He knew you pulled that
You
groin.
called him.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
You don't worry about that worldwide choir. I called him, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I get what he did, though. He's 40 years old. He knew. Oh, shit. I need a little rest. We're going to be on the road. This is that. Let me rehab a little bit. Hell, Batman got thrown in a cage. Took him a goddamn half a year to get out that bitch. You know what I mean? He's back. He took that L. He's back. Get that stuff together. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's see who we going to have to deal with. Because when him and Luka get out there,
who do you want?
Be a damn,
who do you want the Lakers to see?
Who I don't want to see right now because he's just trying to get his first leg. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see these goddamn Thunder because the Thunder hear it. See, they're young. They listen to the noise. Everybody's saying they're inexperienced and this and that, and they did get that ass handed to them last year and down. They listening, and that's
the year before that.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you now, I don't want to see them. I want to see them in the end. I want to see the asses in the end. I said, I think LeBron and them, they thinking of a little scheme. Avoid them till we get to the end with them, But and another thing too, though, my boy Ant-Man, though, they so weird. I can't, like you said, it's like last year they looked so good that you think they could have won it all, and then they just looked stale. And now this
they
year,
lost the pieces.
Yeah, no, but now it looks the same. Like they say, I don't know, everybody they brag about the West so much, but I'm sitting there like they all gonna eat each other up. But
the West is a harder conference. The East Coast.
Well, that's what I said. We always say the West Conference is the hardest, but I'm like Denver Nuggets. Because you still got the big three. You got the Denver Nuggets. You got to put the Lakers in there with them now. And you got
the Warriors.
Huh?
The Warriors.
Warriors, I guess you could say that.
Cause hey, Jimmy buckets he's getting down. Oh man, Steph, he about to be out though. He hurt his back.
Exactly. Yeah, he hit that butt bone. It was like kind of ooh.
You could hear it. That was ooh.
Yeah. Like you said, yeah, he gonna be out of pocket, man. So you can kind of count them out. I understand everybody was trying to say the East is so what you call. But hell, when you think about it, the East got the Celtics, the Bucks, and who that?
The Cavs.
You got yeah. See, with the best record in the East. I'm just saying, everybody keep acting like the East is so smaller than the West. Really
it just feels like it because they don't got the spotlight teams.
Right. They don't get exactly. They don't got 50 Cent. They got those spotlight teams with the superstars,
Yeah.
Because
they still got the Knicks, The Pacers, I mean, the Pacers have been going on a good streak. It's just like there's bigger stars in the West because like Phoenix and stuff.
What you can say is probably what I'm thinking now. When you think about it, now they just looking at like you look at the West and you look at all the talent all around it. But when you look at the East, you can just dominantly see who the best four is. You can't there, but it doesn't mean that those cats in the East just be as good as the ones in the West. The West just got more stars, the way I see it. Though.
They do for sure. More stars.
Or it's more evident that you can see it. Like the Knicks, they're adorable because it's New York. They're adorable. They ain't going nowhere. You get they go to New York. Now, it's like you want to see them win. You want to see them get to the finals just to hear them yell out "Go to New York." That stupid song it is, whatever. But it ain't gonna happen because, like you said, Thibodeau coaches the hell out of the starters, and everyone knows it. To the fact, I don't even think he's doing that. It's just where he goes, his star players get hurt.
The Cavs are fighting a 4-game losing streak right now, even though you did say they have the best record, which they still do. How do you think they're gonna bounce back from that?
Yeah, you think they're gonna go pretty deep in the playoffs, Dad? Because they was like, didn't they get out in the first round last year? Oh, the Cavs, or was it the second round? I don't know. You think they're going deep? I know you're gonna say they don't have LeBron, so they can't do it.
We had this discussion, didn't we?
No, they just started a 4-game lose streak.
I don't care about that lose streak. I don't care about none of that you just had to say. We had this discussion. That's the only way people are gonna pay attention to Cleveland. Yeah. You gotta have James out there. You gotta have one of them Bronny James and Bryce Maximus stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
Bryce Maximus.
And see all the cappers are gonna try to sit there and say, "Damn, you didn't know his good name." So they're gonna call me a LeBronish, whatever the hell y'all call that bullshit.
LeBron sexual.
I'm just saying, yeah. So what? I like to see it. So y'all follow a great family, man. This is that. You know what I mean? Setting the example, set the table for the people.
I love Whitney Houston. Exactly. She got so many her discography is low key top tier. Like she got so many bangers on that thing. I love it.
She dedicated a whole album to me. Hell, you part of the fan.
To you?
Yeah.
What album she dedicate to you?
The Bodyguard one. I will always love Chew. How will I know if Chew really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. She made a lot of songs that you can use Chew. The last name.
She dedicated it to you, Dad.
She literally made a whole album. Look it up. Son, you my son. Yeah, take credit. Like my daddy's dated. Where's she from? Though? Where's she from?
She's from New Jersey. Yeah.
Yep, North New Jersey.
She's from New Jersey. You knew Whitney, Dad?
You knew her.
Look at this guy. You knew Whitney?
If I...
If you had to choose her or Janet Jackson, which one you taking?
Huh?
If you choosing her or Janet Jackson, they both wanted you. Who you taking?
Woo, you went there. Oh God! Oh my! You know the worst part about it? It would probably be Whitney because of the fact where she's from and everything else. With Janet, her family would probably piss me off. I'm like, why y'all all sound the same? Y'all, a bunch of fucking men sound just like her, or she sound just like y'all. Why the fuck y'all all sound the same? That's what happened.
But you got to do flaws and all. If you got Whitney, you got to deal with her being a crackhead.
Okay. I grew up around them motherfuckers. What makes you think that's easier to deal with? You know what you fucked up like Whitney. What you done did? Bobby was it? Fuck that thing. You with me now. Just go through that. Hey, anyway.
All right, moving on. Moving on, man.
Dad loved Janet Jackson.
Okay, if I was with Janet, you know how many questions I would have? I'd be like, yo, when I need to talk to Mike. Mike probably didn't have, but see, hey, as far as I know, with this new world, Mike done whooped Tupac ass. So it's all good in the world. Y'all ain't hear about that then, huh?
No, I ain't hear about that.
No, it really happened though. Everybody coming out of the closet saying it. You remember he was dating what you call him? Quincy. That producer guy.
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones' daughter. Remember? Even in the movie, you can see that. Pop was dating her. And you know, Quincy Jones and freaking Mike. No, it ain't Quincy Jones. What's his name? Barry Gordy. God damn it. Making an old man forget about his shit. Yeah, Barry Gordy's daughter. Tupac dated her. That's all facts. All this what was said now. I couldn't believe it until I started thinking about it. I'm like, what? You know what? Michael Jackson was a crip too. This new world telling you everything was undercover. Look at the videos when he made the way he make you feel and all that stuff. But nah, they said it was at a club or something. And Tupac, you know, like Tupac, when that, you know, was going off on, you know, Barry Gordy's daughter. And Barry Gordy's daughter was like Michael Jackson's, you know, grand, you know, what they call that? Goddaughter, whatever, yeah. All I'm saying is, get on YouTube, look it up. And everybody that was there said,
they gotta do some research on that.
They might put them hands on it. They all agreed not to talk about this. But now somebody said, Michael, like they said, Mike was from the hood. Gary, Indiana, the hood from Gary, Indiana, man. I'm just saying. Yup, man. Mike, when he said he loved rap, you heard Chris Tucker when he talked about Mike in the car. I'm like, thinking. I'm sorry. That's just, yeah, it easily would be Whitney Houston now when I think about it. I couldn't
easily. Sheesh.
The Jacksons are crazy.
Jacksons are crazy. Whitney is crazy though.
But she hood crazy. I could deal with that. The Jacksons are weird crazy. You know that.
We're gonna talk about the NFL. Jameis Winston to the Giants.
Yes. If I was a GM, no, because I love James Winston. He is the gift that keeps giving. This man, he's never rattled. He throw an interception. He'll come back like Jesus said, I'm gonna throw. Next one gonna be a touchdown. Next one gonna be a touchdown. You wouldn't want that in your locker room? He is pure motivation. Look up James Winston. The man made W's and ate them when he win it. When he loses, he ain't. You've never seen him upset. James Winston is my backup. I ain't sitting here saying I want to win the Super Bowl, James Winston. Let's get that straight. But you cannot tell me you can sit around and your backup making you feel better after you threw an interception. You're like, it's all right. God's gonna let you throw the next one, right? Next one will be a touchdown, and we come back and win it. James, we down by 21, and it's the fourth quarter. You've seen miracles before, right? James Winston is great. Just saying.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like Jameis.
He had
a crazy skill. What happened?
I want him to start for the Giants because they so shitty anyway. How bad can you be? We got James out there. Hell, he's gonna bring the Lord.
They might be all right if they get Shador.
Shador.
But that's what's gonna happen. I don't get that. That's what's gonna happen in the draft. Shador's going to be a Giant. If you already just said James Winston, $8 million for 2 years, God damn, they got over him, boy. He just like to play football. See, that's what I'm saying. You're going to draft a quarterback. There's no way you're going to put an $8 million quarterback on the field. You're going to put him out there in the beginning because you want that. You want people to sit and learn. And when it's time, hey, unleash whatever you call that shit you be doing. What's that?
Legendary. The watch.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they were saying when they were saying legendary. I thought they were talking about his father.
No, he's legendary.
He's legendary?
Like the family, you know, legendary.
Okay,
legendary.
So yeah. Is that a family watch? It probably is, huh?
I don't know. I just know he liked watch. He liked to do
might
watch.
Be theirs. Hell, who the hell is Michael Kors? Whoever that nigga is, huh?
Michael Kors. That's a designer, man.
That's a designer.
I'm gonna say it again. Who is he then?
He's a white man. He's a white designer.
Okay, so legendary may be Deion Sanders in him. I can't. Why? Who's Michael Kors? Because his name sound cool. Think about that, y'all.
Whatever you say, man. It's your life.
No, it ain't whatever I say. Think about it. Who the hell is Michael Kors?
That's not like Michael Kors ain't even a big watch guy. Like that's like he be making bags like women's bags, like purses.
This is Michael Kors watch.
I mean, yeah, he makes watches, but that's not the type of watches that Shador holding up. He's holding up at like Pateks,
Yeah, he's loading up Patek's. You know what I mean? AP.
What's that?
A Patek. It's a watch. It's a very expensive watch.
So what?
Yeah, like a Rolex, but like different levels.
I went to Texas and I went to the Rolex store.
Okay.
Cooper Cup to
Y'all got it?
Seahawks. To the Seahawks. Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
How you
What's
think his
the
homecoming gonna be,
Seahawks
Dad?
looking like?
Seahawks are looking very Seahawkish. Mediocre.
Hmm.
Mediocre. You got Sam Darnold as the starter. Here comes our hero. Yeah, okay. It
Semi
was the Jets.
darts.
I love Sam Darnold, but I can see it. You see where this is going. You see where this is going. He's their quarterback for this year. So they like, we sink or swim with him. So if he turns into Sam Darnold or the Jets, hey, we secured the first pick in the next draft of next year because it's a bunch of good quarterbacks from now. Get back to it. Cooper Cup. He just felt scorned because the Rams didn't want to give him no money. When y'all look at Cooper Cup, as much as I love him, he had 2 good years.
The great white hype.
Look it up.
Not wrong.
He wanted that money. They was like, you can't even stay on the field. We love it when you're out there, but you can't stay on the field. Seahawks feel like, okay, we let DK Metcalf go, Tyler Lockett. They ain't got shit. So guess what? They are going to be the best. Now in Jingba, that young wide receiver from Ohio State.
Yeah.
No. He's nice. So he is going to be the number 1. Cooper's going to be number 2. So what I'm trying to say is, Seahawks right now, they like we either going to be mediocre or Sam Darnold's going to come out the shell and prove that he was the number 3 pick of the draft. It's March Madness, so y'all can't get mad at me. I was talking about, Sam Darnold. You said the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Ready.
Cooper Cup.
Now I know you got the next one. We need to move on from mediocre.
Mediocre.
All right. So T. Higgins and Jamar Chase return to the Bengals.
How are they good like that? How does they paid Joe, they paid T, they paid Jamar. Their defense is just going to remain terrible because that's what they needed to do. They needed to get good defensive players. They can score 45 points on the offense, but their defense is going to let somebody else score 53, and that's the problem. I like T, I like Jamar, but what are they going to do now? They ain't got no. They're going to be in salary cap hell.
So when you say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Defense, right? If I got a high-powered offense and you draft right in the draft for your defense, okay, offense is set. Let me explain something to you. Who can handle that? If they are healthy, you know what I'm looking at? I hate to say it. All the old heads gonna know what I'm looking at. Dallas Cowboys in the 1990s, baby. Troy Aikman. You can just call Jamar Chase, Emmitt Smith with a mix of one of the other great receivers, and you got T.Y. Higgins, which is Mike Irvin. They the 3-headed monster. They are going to be, I'm telling you, a problem. The defense, all you gotta do, pay Hendrickson. Y'all gotta figure out a way to pay that kid, that linebacker that went out right now. That's gonna be hard to stop. As you can see last year, they was like kind of out of even being in playoffs, and all of a sudden they started creeping back in. If Joe Burrow is that dude, I'm telling you right now, you can't just sit there and say, they gotta score, because the defense, most of the time, if you get one solid player, the rest of them, and you get a good lead on defenses come around. Because even when you talk about the great defenses, you always talk about one linebacker or something. One DB is great. Think about it. But when you talk about offenses that are great, you go on from 1, 2, 3 to 4. Defenses, all you gotta do is get that one good face. Everybody else get in line. When you think about the Steelers now, when you think about their defense, come on, because you missed
Troy
the Steelers.
Polamalu, Ryan Clark. What are you talking about?
Listen,
you talking about the great defenses?
Whoa! What did you just say though? Who names you say?
I said defensive players.
Say the names. I'm just saying.
I said Troy Polamalu, Ryan Clark, James Harrison.
No.
I thought you was talking about just all time.
No, that's this is what I'm trying to say. And they're at all time of their era, but you only always say one player on those teams.
Yeah.
Like now, who?
But my thing is, how are they going to pay Trey?
Who on the Steelers? When you think of the Steelers defense, who do you think?
TJ Watt. Yeah, pretty much.
When
Patrick
the
Queen
doing their thing. Yep. See, when the Steelers doing their thing, you had Troy Polamalu too, but you also had James Harrison.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark is more of a star now than he was as actually playing in the football. As far as being a known name, let's not get that twisted.
Yeah, but the Steelers right now they got TJ Watt. You could say Minka Fitzpatrick. You could say Patrick Queen.
But that's your team.
Yeah.
You should.
But my thing is that you said if they can
more.
pay Trey, how are they going to pay Trey Hendricks? Because he gonna want a lot of money.
Who gonna that kid from Cincinnati?
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson. How they gonna pay him?
He led the league in sacks, huh?
How are they going to pay him though? They're
All right, is anybody else trying to pay
him?
him? Wait. Is anybody else trying to pay him right now? Because see, if he was really that good, see, somebody must be watching film. Why ain't he getting paid yet?
I don't know when it's
right? Why ain't he getting paid yet?
Oh, because he got one more year in his contract.
They might franchise
tag him. He has 1 more year in his contract. Yeah. So
they might franchise tag him. He's going to be on the team. All I'm saying is, if you got a high-powered offense, your defense, it'll come around. See, we saying they suck. I'm like, well, they made it to the Super Bowl, and I can't think of one defensive player that was on that team, but they made it to the Super Bowl with them same 3 offensive players.
Yeah, I don't know. I just last year, if they keep the exact same thing, I don't see them getting too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, they made a little run, but it's like I said, they'll score 45 and somebody else will score 40, 46. They can't stop nobody on the defense. That's the problem.
But will they?
They did last year. That's why they didn't go to the playoffs.
And that happens. But let's get something straight. They went to the Super Bowl. When was the last time the Steelers went to the Super Bowl?
Let's not talk about that. Leave it
I'm
alone.
just saying. We keep acting though they like. I'm like right now. If they got on the field with the same players, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals to beat your Steelers. Y'all ain't got a quarterback.
Man, well, we don't even got a quarterback. We don't got a quarterback right now, so probably.
That's my point. Huh?
We don't got a quarterback. It was talking about Russ was going to New York to visit with the Giants, but they ended up signing Jameis Winston. So I'm like, can we get Russ back? I'll take Russ over Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? Russell Wilson was not going to take no $8 million. He probably looked at my last is at $8 million to change my whole life around to get $8 million, and I'm already getting paid like $34 million from the to be out here in the cold when I can just go anywhere else or just sit out. Yeah. He wasn't taking $8 million. James Wilson was taking the $8 million. Don't know his financial status, but just saying, you taking $8 million at the quarterback position. $8 million. But you basically said I'm gonna give you $4 million to be a backup quarterback this year. When there are backups, Kirk Cousins making $116 million.
Yeah, that's $112 million more dollars. Jameis just want to play football is what it sounds like.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they like gotcha.
Yeah, moving on. We're gonna talk about the Steelers showing interest in Aaron Rodgers.
I don't want him.
How y'all feel about that?
I'd rather get like Jalen Milroe or Dylan Gabriel, somebody in the draft. I don't want Aaron Rodgers, bum crusty old man. No, please, let's move on from him.
Y'all got no choice now.
How we ain't got no choice? I just said we could get somebody in the draft. We got the 21st pick.
Yeah, ain't no quarterback gonna be there that's worth. So you tell me you're gonna draft the quarterback, throw him out there like throw out there Kenny Pickett and get him back and killed. So that's what y'all really trying to play with, huh?
I'd rather do that than have Aaron
Rodgers on the up and up and say, well, let's fight one more time with that. Let Aaron Rodgers know we ain't putting up with your bullshit, and you're gonna go to steal away and let the cards go there. But if you get a quarterback and he ain't even your guy, what's your purpose?
Aaron Rodgers ain't it though. Because you can say you're not gonna put up with his BS, but he's still gonna do it. That's exactly what he did with the Jets.
You want Shador, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I would kill for Shador. I would kill for Cam Ward. Yeah. But if we got to get like Jalen Milroe, Jackson Fart, Dylan Gabriel,
Jackson Fart,
Dr. Fart, yo. He said the combines fell for it again. He was great in them shorts throwing that football. Did you look at his film? Did you look at his film? Kind of a little crybaby when things ain't going his way and everything else. Oh, but y'all, he's a little smarter than us in the interview, bro. But all that shit shows on that football field. Looks like a little whiner to me, but you go on, Jackson, dog. I wish the best for you, but I know what I'm seeing. So good luck in the draft.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a few. We could get like a Will Howard, you know.
Well, it's gonna be. You said it's gonna be a kid. It's gonna come in this draft. It's gonna outdo all of them ones that we talking about because it ain't a lot in this one. Watch. It's gonna come out of nowhere just like a Tom Brady. Watch. But who's he? Oh, so your scouts fucked this one up too, huh?
Why don't you go
Smile.
be a scout, Dad? Somebody sign this man to be a scout.
I know I can be one. I know I'm an officer. I know I'm better than every last one I'm out there. I don't know how to do that shit though. Now I'm too old. Got to get out there and try to figure it out. I know damn well. Look, send somebody over here to pick me up and bring me to the combine, and I can tell you who the motherfucker can play and who can't. Give me the combine. Give me his film, and then give me the combine. I can tell you exactly what you get. So worldwide quad.
What's good?
How'd you do? Because I looked it up on your thing. And Dustin put it out there. You
Oh
got some
yeah,
work
nah.
to do. You got some work to do, young man. You supposed to be the best
Yeah.
on your, or at least on your team. The other two guys, whoever the hell they were. I said, man, I said, Ugh.
Are you talking about Anthony Riley?
Yeah.
They're both seniors though. They're gonna be
Yeah, no,
gone.
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm telling you. You got work to do. Because you gonna get it done. Because you got all the time in the world. You got work to do. Now that thing, I couldn't understand it. Your relay? What happened? Did y'all even? It said y'all got disqualified.
Yeah, we had a bad handoff.
Okay, who? You was you part of it again?
Yeah.
This guy.
I'm just saying, what? You either laugh
But
or just don't.
it's just like it's just because we literally made that team yesterday. It was
the
like
other guy.
Friday. Yeah, our coach made the team on Friday, and we started practicing only on Friday,
Are
and
you
the meet was
serious?
Saturday. So like,
That's pretty
I don't know what he expected to happen.
Y'all to hand off. It's not
But
y'all
the
been running
crazy part
track
is
your whole life though.
they
Like
had your time.
But
Yeah,
listen,
if y'all
but
didn't get
listen.
disqualified, then y'all was up there in the top, though, wasn't y'all?
Like fourth. But listen,
Yeah.
we like he told us to go the amount of steps we went. We went at 17. Well, I went at 17. I know I shouldn't have been at 17 steps because our third leg is a primary 200 runner. So he's not going to slow down to get to me.
so why didn't you just do what you needed to do? Coach ain't out
Cuz
there
it was
running
my
with you.
first collegiate track meet. I'm going to listen to
Coach
my
wasn't
coach.
gonna be able to count your
I'm going
steps
to
while
listen
you
to my
running.
coach.
Like you on the field,
Actually,
he was
he
gonna count
should
your
be able to
steps.
do that.
And
Actually,
if
he
y'all would,
should be able to do that.
but if
We
y'all
should
would
have
have,
went
if y'all
20.
wouldn't have
We
dropped the
should have
stick,
went 20 to 24 steps.
man.
And we didn't drop the stick. We
What
just
happened?
didn't. We got out of the exchange zone.
You know what's gonna be dope about this? If some bullshit happens, because somebody might say something. Yo, Will Rock was on his little podcast, coach, saying we should have did this and that. What you gonna say then? You gonna stand up? Huh?
Then I'm gonna say, yeah. I mean,
Right.
I don't.
Stand on your toes on these fools. That shit don't work no more. You know what
That's
you
just.
capable of. You know what you did.
I mean, yeah. It's not like I'm mad about it. I'm just
Right.
saying, like our
That's how
strength
you feel
coach.
about it. I know.
Just
I'm messing with you
like
with that
I don't
anyway.
know.
So yeah. Yeah, might make your crew more famous too. What they gonna do next time? Yeah.
Yeah, but moving on.
Because what happened with your jumps, brother?
Damn, now he's trying to
This
get
is a
on.
podcast about that.
Exactly.
I don't know
Hey,
why
it's
we're talking
sports
about
though.
me.
I mean,
So,
track is
anyways,
sports.
Get him.
You,
Get him. That is a
I'm just
podcast.
saying, you doing sports. Track and field is a sport. You doing collegiate track too, so it's like, come on now.
okay, and the podcast still isn't about me though. It's about that.
That's right.
It's about sports, but it's not about me. So I don't know why you're singling out me. But don't worry about this. Don't worry about the jumps. I'm gonna get it together. Yeah. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in to this podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe if y'all enjoyed it. Be sure to let us know if y'all have any suggestions in the comments. I really appreciate y'all for helping us out, helping my old man out. You know, it really means a lot to us. So we're gonna wrap this episode up.